Hi, my name is Courtney Mills from Courtney's Cosplay, and I am cosplaying Francesca Bonkarma from the Ace Attorney series, and I am from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Started cosplaying at IzumiCon of 2015, and 2 years for me will be this coming October. Someone that I was with once upon a time ago, not even to get into that detail, was wanting to go to a con, and at first we started looking into Tokyo and Tulsa, but it was like a week away, so we decided not to do that, and I started looking up cons that were in the area, and IzumiCon popped up. I was watching like the old Heroes of Cosplay show, which I know isn't something you should base it off of. You know, I wanted to cosplay because it seems like that's what people do at cons. So I had been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! It's my first anime. I was way behind the con scene, let me say that. And my first cosplay ended up being Seto Kaiba, aka Kaiba Girl at IzumiCon. So, oh lord. Pros, you get to become your favorite character or other people's. I will admit, I dress up as people that I despise, and I know other people despise, and it's so much fun. For instance, an example of a cosplay I want to do is from Sword Art Online is Asuna from the Fairy Arc as well as Oberon from the Fairy Arc, and no one likes that whatsoever. And I'm going to enjoy that one to the max. But you get to dress up as people, you get to see like the reactions of everyone around you, you get to, you know, do usually panels in the cosplay and stuff like that. The cons are, sometimes people can be a little judgmental if you aren't, you know, fully as the character or something is missing. Like admittedly, if you walk past someone that's doing the same character as you are, whether you like it or not, and whether you realize it or not, you will silently be comparing yourself to them and wondering, do I look the same? Do I look different? Who looks better? Who wore it best? Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Even I find myself asking some of my friends, well, who's better? You can be honest. I don't know. So I honestly think that's one of the few cons about cosplay, or sometimes the few self-esteem issues that come with it that you have to overcome for sometimes some of the cosplays. I think it's been relatively well. I mean, like I said, I haven't been doing it 2 years, but I've been to over 8 cons in those barely 2 years. I have almost 12 cosplays, and I mean, I've placed in about 2 or 3 different bot competitions. I've placed in at SeniorCon's crafting competition with my first crafted cosplay here recently, and I did 4 panels here. I did a couple I helped in a couple panels at A-Con, IzumiCon TV, so I think it's gone pretty well. Yes. If there's a cosplay you want to do but you're nervous about not fitting the body type, who cares? Honestly. That's one of the few things that annoys me, is hearing someone go, I want to cosplay this, but I don't fit the body type, or I want to do this, but I'm not the same color. Okay, when it comes to the color thing, I want to cosplay Soma, for instance, from Black Butler, but I'm not going to change my skin tone because I don't want to mess with that line. But when it comes to the body weight issue, don't make yourself fit the cosplay. Have the cosplay fit you. You don't need to get the whole skin tight, sucking in, walking in the most uncomfortable thing possible. Relax. If you want to do Wonder Woman, but you're afraid of your weight, there are Wonder Woman costumes that come in like the bigger sizes and stuff that will fit you, and you will still rock it nonetheless. So honestly, don't let any of the things define you when it comes to cosplay. I went completely blind. Like I said, I competed even in the cosplay contest this year. I made Fierce Deity Link and stuff like that, which pictures are on my Facebook of that progress. And I had never touched the sewing machine. I had never touched foam, not really any of that type of stuff. So blind.
We're Breakaway Cosplay. I'm from Sepulpa.
I'm just recently moved to Jennings.
I am a female Markiplier.
I am Jacksepticeye. I've only been doing it for like 4 years now.
I started when I was 14 and I'm now 22, so.
For me, it was, at first, whenever I first came to Tokyo and Tulsa, I didn't want to feel out of place. And then after meeting Hannah, she's driven me more and more to cosplay more and different characters.
I'm not making him do anything, by the way. Sometimes, maybe, I don't know.
Sometimes, it's your ideas, but then I take my way with them.
I think I started wanting to do cosplay when I ran across these YouTubers that do panels and all. They go to every convention possible, and I thought it looked like fun, and I was, being the nerd I am, I wanted to be around people that were more like me and not feel so out of place. So
there's no such thing as awkward and weird at a convention.
My first cosplay was Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I didn't have a wig. My keyblade was made out of...
Sorry, what?
No, it was made out of paper. And it broke halfway through the convention.
For me, it was Johnny 13 from Danny Phantom. It was,
That's how I met him.
like I said, a last minute idea that I wanted to put a costume together to come to the convention. Ended up that I just so happen to have everything besides the boots and the clay I needed to make the skull necklace that he wears. So that's all I had to buy, and it took me about a week and a half to make sure and refine everything I had and paint the boots, and freaked out the whole time because I'm like, this is not gonna look right. Nobody's gonna know who I am. Well, the pros for me are getting to come into the convention to see other people in cosplay, and then just having people excited to see you, like recognizing your character. The cons are, to me personally, the anxiety and stress of not, feeling like nobody's gonna know who you are, what your costume is. The cons of it are also with, not against Tokyo and Tulsa, but it's in the middle of summer. And
Yeah, because that's cons everywhere. Almost.
Yeah, but that's something I've realized as a cosplayer. It's a bane of a cosplayer's existence. We don't realize, our brains don't calculate, oh, it's gonna be hot, we're gonna do a cool, coolly dressed character. No, for me, my first 3 years was black denim, black leather, 3-piece suits. Almost died. But we don't realize that, oh, it's hot outside, so dress cool.
We're too busy working on costumes. We don't put any consideration of other things.
Do it, enjoy yourself, and as little as possible, doubt yourself as little as possible. Boost yourself up, cheer yourself on, even if you don't think it looks good. Find somebody who will tell you how things look, and even if you think they look stupid, that they don't.
I'm slowly getting into it, but be comfortable with your body.
That too.
I wasn't for the longest time, but I'm slowly getting better at it. I'm feeling more confident in what I wear.
So no matter your age, no matter your body type, no matter your skin color, no matter who you are, you can cosplay anything you want.
No matter what everybody else tells you.
No matter what anybody else tells you, you can cosplay what you want.
Chelsea Abel. Currently I live in Oklahoma, and today I am Silk Spider, but I am the many faces of Spider-Man, I guess you could say, as you are the many faces of Jane. I've been cosplaying on and off since about 2006, when I was about 14. So I've been doing it off and on. It started with Kagome from Inuyasha, and then Naruto, and then it kind of fizzled during high school, college, and now I'm back in Spider Force. Pro, I love having kids come up to me and they're like, can I have your photo? Yesterday I had the cutest little girl in her little princess outfit. She's like, I'm a real Spider-Man fan, can I have your photo? And I go, yes. And the only problem, the con for it for me, is my suit is so tight that if I move the wrong way, it will rip. I actually ripped this one at the Sakura event earlier in May in my back seam, and so I had to completely restitch it. But I mean, the con is something's gonna rip, something's gonna pull, something's gonna tear eventually, but the pro is just seeing everybody come up to you, because conventions, everybody loves to cosplay, but everybody is shy, whether they want to admit it or not. It's like, I've seen so many people, they look at me, they're like, can I have your photo? I'm like, just come up, it's fine, it's fine, it's good. But yeah, that's definitely my pros and cons for it. My first cosplay was Elizabeth Swann. I did the original first dress she walks out in the original Pearl movie. It took me, my mom, and her friend about 50 to 70 hours. It was all hand stitched, all hand patterned, fine detailing with pearls, lace, everything. So that's probably the hardest and longest cosplay I've ever had. I definitely had crafting under my belt. My mom's been sewing since she was little, and since I've always loved arts and crafts, every time it was, oh, I did so well in class, I'd get arts and crafts. So it was anything from craft foam to beads to paint, anything I could get my hands on that was art related, I stuck myself into. So cosplaying came easily, except for the sewing part, just because my sewing machine, the way it is if you do it slowly, it catches on the thread. So I was like, I'd always try to go fast and it'd be like a zigzag line. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, Mom, can you help me? If you love a character and it's really extravagant, I'd say start a little bit smaller, because if you haven't touched a needle or a thread, or you even know what a sewing pattern looks like from outside of the package, I'd say start small with something. Like with me, when I did hand sewing myself, I did the kagome, and it was just simple pleated skirt, a simple white shirt. You can buy pieces and stitch them together. I've done that a lot. I definitely prefer that. For one of my Spider-Man masks, I took a kid's size mask, dremeled in all the holes I needed to breathe, put the fabric over it, cut my own eye holes, and then made my own lenses out of craft foam and magnets. It's literally, it's easier to start small because you don't get to the point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't want to try, but you're eventually going to work yourself to the point where you can do something large and you're going to feel really accomplished with it.
Hello, I'm Lexie. I'm also known as Rush the Cosplayer. I'm from around here, or Oklahoma, around OKC, and right now I'm cosplaying Gearham from Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I've been cosplaying since 2012, I believe, so around 4 years, maybe going on 5. I'm bad at counting. Oh, my first cosplay was a Hetalia, because I was one of those people. It was America from Hetalia. I guess it wasn't too hard getting it together since I bought it, but I had to do a lot of chores and stuff to save up money, and I bought a really expensive version of it because I wasn't smart, and then I got the rest of it from Walmart, but my grandma helped me out with that. It's okay for a first cosplay, but wow, I had no idea how to put on a wig or do makeup or the proper way to bind. Don't use ace bandages. Pros, it definitely, you get to express your creativity, and for a lot of people like me, people in this like sort of niche, no, that's not the right word, but you get what I'm saying, kind of have social anxiety and things like that, and I feel like with me, since I'm not myself, I don't really have to act like my normal self, and I just like get rid of that wall that I usually have when talking to new people, and I can just see someone cosplaying the same thing for me, and I can be like, yo, what up, let me steal your girl, because it's just what my character does. Budget. That's my big thing, man. Definitely start out small. For me, Hetalia, I do think that was a good place to start. Don't start out with something like Token Rambu just yet, because that's really extravagant. You don't have to spend the most money to get the quality stuff. Just you have to think smart like that. Do something you're comfortable with first. I'm sure you've been told a lot of stuff, but that's mainly the gist of it. And also don't be shy when you're talking to people. They're probably just as shy as you are.
My name is Lanisha and I'm cosplaying as Lolita. And I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been cosplaying 10 years. First time I ever did cosplay was back in 2009. So I'm like, oh my god, it's so cool. You know, I want to do this. You know, and then, you know, from 2010, I was like, okay, yeah, I got my first cosplay. Yeah, I'm excited. Bang. Because nobody wants to smell your con when you come here.
So that's a con, is the funkiness of being here.
It's wicked.
So what are some pros of cosplaying? What is the good about cosplaying?
You have to take a lot of time and a lot of effort in putting in what you're doing, because you don't, you're gonna mess up whatever you're doing.
Everybody hates this question. You can be honest.
It's been good and it's been bad, so I'm just gonna say that. Take your time on your cosplay, because if you don't, you're gonna mess up and you gotta buy more fabric on top of that. And your props, take your time on your props. Don't rush. Don't be collided and everything. Take your time on your prop and your armor and whatever else you're using. Just take your time. Be safe, be cool.
My name is Lizzie, and I'm cosplaying Miles Edgeworth from the Ace Attorney series, and I am from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Robert, from Oklahoma, and today I am cosplaying as Link.
As far as like actually wearing costumes, I have been cosplaying for about 8 years, but I've only been making costumes for about 2.
I started in 2009, so it's been about 8 years.
My first technical cosplay was when I was like 9, and I did Sakura from Naruto. But as far as like actual like con crunch type cosplay, my first was Cloud Strife, and I did his cross-dressing outfit. And that one I made everything on, and so like it was just like really stressful and crazy, and that's actually how I met him.
My first was a bot cosplay. I was Renton Thurston, Eureka 7. And the first one that I made was it Cloud? I think it might have been Cloud.
Some pros are like, with me, it's helped my self-confidence a lot. Like this, like a year ago, I would not be caught dead wearing like this much skin showing, just because like I was always really self-conscious. But like a lot of people in the cosplay community are very positive and they help out a lot. And a con of that is, for every good person, there's also a bad person in the world. And so for every person that's trying to lift you up, there are always people that are going to try to drag you down.
You? Anything to add on?
Oh yeah, perverts. Sorry.
You're fine.
But there's more good people than there are thieves.
Yeah. I've always really enjoyed it. Like improving and getting better at making everything has always been like really fun, and getting to meet people, and just it's always been really fun. There have been like some bad cons here and there, but for the most part, I've always had a lot of fun. So.
Same answer.
Do that costume that you're nervous about. I know it seems intimidating, but just like quoting Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Seriously, just do it. Like it's never going to get less intimidating.
Hi, I'm Danny. I also go by Pixie from Pluto. I'm from Toledo, Oklahoma, and I'm cosplaying from Tulsa. Whenever I was 13, which I'm 18 now, when I was 13, I really got into anime, and I like would do like closet Misa Amane cosplays and stuff, but like nothing serious until last year. But I've always been like a weirdo at heart, and I love it. I did apparel design last year. I just really enjoy costume making and showing it off. Pros, I really like. This is a pro and a con, I guess, getting stopped for pictures, because like it's fun, but then after a while it kind of gets annoying. Like I got stopped when I was sitting on the ground, which was always a no-no. Don't stop cosplayers when they're sitting and eating. That is like not cool at all. Pros, I really like cosplay contests and meeting people from your fandom. It's a really great way to make friends. I love it. I met most of my friends at Tokyo and Tulsa from cosplay. Like I said, I took apparel design, but I didn't take that until after I started cosplaying. So I went in blind, and then I was like, I'm not very good at this. I'm going to take a class. So that helped a lot. But going in blind is completely fine. I looked fine. I got recognized. I got pictures taken. You can cosplay no matter what type of thing. No one's going to judge you. Do it. Don't be nervous. I was nervous. I waited since I was 13, and I waited till I was 16 to do it. So I waited a long time because I was nervous. So it's nerve-wracking, and I shook a bunch yesterday because I was in my first panel, but it's so much fun, and like the good outweighs the bad. Everyone understands that you're shaky, they understand that you're nervous, and they're gonna try to lift you up. It's so fun.